Great. So Tyrese, what was your early influences in hip hop?
My earliest influences in hip hop, like musical wise, or like somebody who like introduced me to it.
Somebody who introduced you to it.
Yeah, it's my pops. Yeah, it's him. He literally, I don't know. I think from the stories. I think the stories that he shared kind of just made me, it like magnified shit for me. So my pops used to have cassette tapes, right? So he would have like Big Daddy Kane, BDP, Eric B. and Rakim, everybody, like all the legends, you name it, like he had them, right? So I would go like in his like box that he had it in, and I would just ask him mad shit like, yo, who this, you know, can we listen to this? Can I listen to this? Can I listen to that? And when like I got a little older, like CDs and all that, I started, you know, able to like to really like get into the lyrics. He would just buy me. I would ask him like, yo, can I get, you know, can we go down to the mall? Can I go get this? Can I go get this? Can I go get that? Or whatever record store. And he would just be like, yeah. And then along with listening to it, like, that shit just captivated me. Like from the bars to the beats. Like the shit was just raw. It was just raw storytelling. And everything I've heard, like I just felt like I could relate to it. Like it was like, yo, damn, like no, these niggas is talking to me. They are fucking talking to me. Like I tell you one story, right? My pops had, he had Gangstar's album Primo. He had Primo and Guru's album The Owners. I was like probably like 12, and they had a song on there called Riot Act, and Riot Act and Play It to Win, and that shit just moved me. 12 years old, it moved me. And now this man come in here with the CD and like, yo, here, you know, check this out. 12 years old, I'm listening to that. And that shit just moved me, bro. It moved me. And I was like, yo, from that point on, it was like, this rap shit is like, it's in there. And then from there, I was watching Wild Style, B Street, countless of hip-hop books I had, movies, documentaries I had. I truly just dissected the culture. So I know that answer went like mad different ways, but my earliest influences in hip hop, it belongs to my dad, bro. Like, he was the one who introduced me to like this whole shit.
So your pop growing up in a hardcore part of Brooklyn, Brownsville.
Yeah.
Do you think the transition from Brooklyn, you growing up in Queens, was the music different? Did it differ in any way?
I don't know if it was necessarily different. I think his childhood, I like kind of put myself in his shoes. Like I think like I wanted to like my pops, like that nigga is like immortal to me. He's a fucking hero. Like I like when he would tell me shit, like I would just put myself and my thoughts into his shit. So like when he used to go to like park jams and all that, like I envisioned myself like I was there. Like I was at these park jams. Like I was listening to fucking, you know, all the music that was going on then and doing the dance moves and all of that. Like I literally just took my mental there. It was like, yo, I was in that space. Like, so I think him growing up, like I kind of like lived through him, like in a weird way.
Okay.
Shit was crazy.
Was it just hip hop? Because I know Mama Cheryl, like, what was the music in the crib?
Yo, music in my house. My mom likes R&B. So, but my mom listens to rap. You know what I mean? Like she does, like she like Biggie. She could recite morning like from front to back.
Word?
Yeah, like she know that old shit. But like music was always on in the crib. My pops is back there, so you know, right, Pop?
He should be up here.
Music was always going on in the crib, and but the rap aspect was just for me. That shit just hit differently, you know. Back to buying albums at age 12 or 11, I had Illmatic. What person at that age is listening to that. My cousin, everybody used to clown the shit out of me, bro.
It don't matter. I mean,
I used to get
we were
called.
the LimeWire and CD era.
I used to
tapes
get
already done.
Yeah,
So where were you getting it from?
I was getting it from him, like literally,
like the downloads or whatever.
Nah, the downloads and all that. Yeah, like I would download, and then like my pops would. It's my pops, folks. I would go and just soak all that information from him. Yo, tell him, Pop. I don't even mean to put you on the spot like that.
Well, one part you kind of left out was his introduction. Pretty much was.
Hold on. Let's get where you grew up from, where you came from.
Oh, Brownsville, Brooklyn.
Okay.
Sutter and Stone, Mother Gasson and Stone, the gutter, as they say. Born and raised there. Got my feet wet. Everything, learned about life. The goods, the bad, the ugly. I taught both my sons about it. Brought them out there. They went out there. They balled out there. They wanted to be ballers. So I took them out there and said, listen, if y'all really want to play, I'm going to take y'all over here. I'm going to leave y'all in the park and fend for yourself. If you make it out here, can't nobody tell you nothing. Took them out there. Took them out there. They played. They came back. They like, Dad, yo, all of them want us to come back around. I said, there you go. They arrived. That's the ultimate stamp in the hood. You don't get it by saying, yo, I'm this, I'm that. You got to prove it. Yep. And that's one of their first lessons. But getting back to the hip-hop question.
R.I.P. Grandma, too. Like, we used to be...
Oh, yeah.
Grandma's house was the meeting ground.
Absolutely.
For everybody.
Part of Brownsville was grandma.
Same. That's
grandma.
That's 235. That's Sutter. Apartment 4G. Oh, well, I got Granny around my neck, so that's like big deal. She was a big deal for me. I'm sorry, Poppy.
No problem. Nah, just wanted to touch on the story. What I remember his starting hip hop was he was in the room, him and his brother listening to music, and I'm in the living room computer listening to music, and I forgot what they was listening to, but I was listening to I think I was listening to Kane or somebody, and they was listening to a posse cut. Wherever it was a posse cut they was listening to. So I said, listen, come here, come listen to this. And I played the symphony for him. And he heard that. And when he heard Kane's verse, it's like, I just wanted to see his reaction. I just wanted him to hear it. Yo, this is what I listened to. I didn't expect the reaction I got from it. He went crazy. Yo, who is that? I said, yeah, that's Big Daddy Kane. And when he heard that battling me, it's hazardous to hell.
He said setting it off.
He lost it.
Rough to the ending.
Yeah, his flow, his cadence, he just lost it.
Smooth rap, Lord, like a bottle of juice. Rhymes are being poured down your ear, crisp and clear. As I prepare to win 10 smeared, then I'm out of here. That nigga, I was like, what the fuck?
When he started getting into the hip hop scene, do you think it was like homework for him?
It was because he took me back, and he actually had me. Because for a while I wasn't really banging hip-hop much no more. You know, I got a little older. Okay. He got me back into it. And one of the joints that really got me back into listening to it again was Mobb Deep when they dropped what joint was it when they dropped Murder Music and all. Yeah, when they dropped that's when I started to get back into it.
You had Murder Music on tape.
Yeah. So
I remember,
but I had to go and get every Kane album, even ones that I didn't get. I had to go find them and give them to him, and he would listen to them. Books. He wanted to know about the bebop culture. He wanted to know about the graffiti culture. He wanted to know about breakdancing. He wanted to know about, what was it like at the jams? And I take him to the hood and walk him around and say, they used to jam right there. This is where they used to play the music at, and this is where we used to da-da-da. So he just swallowed all of that up. He was an old soul. We're gonna
take way back. You as a kid, growing up in Brownsville, you know what I'm saying? As hard as it is already, you think hip hop saved you, or did you come up with that?
Yes, most definitely. Hip hop, I'm gonna tell you, hip hop and basketball. Hip hop and basketball, I would say saved my life. Wow. Because without those two, especially basketball, the influences and all the versions that can happen in the hood. Especially when it get hot around summertime, you have friends who did their thing, whatever. And it was times where playing ball saved me from getting into something, because ball was like my life. So niggas would be like, yo, let's go do this, do that, do that.
To get out of trouble scene.
And I'm like, nah, I got a game to go to. Or, yo, I'm going to shoot around or whatever. Or, nah, I'm good. I'm going to do this. That and the park jams and, you know, and everything that went with it. The shooting up in the air for no reason and everybody scattering and, yo, they jamming in Tilden. Yo, they jamming in Van Dyke, whatever. You go over there. You know it's going to get shot up, but you go anyway because it was just that energy. The girls was there. You go over there, you know, so... I used to tell him that, and he used to just be captivated by it. You could see his face. You know, when you're telling somebody a story, you know they're interested because you could just look in their eyes. And he would be like, just like he said, he was like, go back. You could see, like, he was like, damn. He used to always say, oh, I wish I was there. I wish I was there. Pop, what happened? This, that, and the third. So I was always on my toes, you know. But I always tell him, I said, listen, that y'all taught me because, you know, kids don't come with no book. You know what I mean? They don't come with no book, and they no right way to do it or whatever. But
are you scared with? I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? And they,
absolutely. When he was, he's the oldest. So when he was born, scared to death. But the first time seeing him and the first time holding him was like, yo, I can't fail him. You know, and fail is graded differently. You know what I mean? So. I look at him now, and whether he's doing this or whatever he's doing, both of them, I'm so proud of him because, you know, and the praise that they give me, you can't put a price on it. So sometimes I don't like to give myself credit, but stuff that he'll say to me or he'll text me and stuff like that, that's it. That's all that matters.
You ain't Tyrese mine 24/7. Trust me, man. 24/7.
That's my guy.
But we don't do this though. But what's your top 5?
It's so hard. Wow, because damn.
Think about it. People really think about that. Think about it.
Wow, that is okay. Let me see. In no particular order.
Nope.
I'm gonna go Nas, Kane. Wow. How do you leave people out? You know what? I'm just gonna pick who's on my thought process now. Black Thought.
Okay.
Wow. Nas, Kane. And I have these debates a lot. You know, that's the funny thing.
That's where you in front of the camera. You really got to think about
it. Yeah, you on the spot now.
Ty, you can help me.
I'm gonna throw Big in there.
Listening to, you can help him.
Oh, he got his own. That's why.
I know he do.
Yeah, he'll come up with a whole probably different, maybe one or two of the same.
He'll come up with top 500.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why it's so hard to narrow it down to 5. I said Big, so that's 4. And wow, let me see.
You said Nas, Kane, Big,
Black Thought,
and
wow, drawing a blank. Damn. It's a cross between, I want to give Hov his props, but do I put him in my top 5 today? Wow. Who am I missing, John? Give me one. I'm missing somebody. I know I'm missing somebody.
What's that?
Most.
Oh.
Yeah. Most.
Guru.
Who your quick top 5?
Guru.
Today, excuse me. Today, Saturday at 6:30. Ball time. That's all right. Nas.
No, not to cut you off real quick. As somebody I gotta throw in, Joe Budden.
Oh, okay.
He lost his mind when I introduced him to Joe Budden. So shout out Joe.
Nah. Talk about that.
Yo,
he lost his mind.
What's crazy is
Joe Budden.
I got little snippets of Joe. That's how I got turned on to him, and I think he was on a posse joint with Fab, Ransom, Paul Kane, and some others. So I started, you know, this dude is crazy, like, you know, because you know him from Pump It Up, but the joint and the verse that he dropped, and pump it up. Yo, this is not the same person, so I need to hear more. So I go.
Cause I get in that ring for that Vince McMahon money.
Yes.
This is family.
This is family. And so I go back, I Google him, I start listening to his stuff, and I tap into the music series. And I'm tapping into that. And for me, music and ball, like I said, what it does to me, what it does in my spirit. When you hear something and it just takes you somewhere else, or if you're not feeling good or bad, it takes you to a different place, whatever happy place it is in your mind. That's what his music was doing for me, because it was coming from his heart, like he was pouring his heart out. So I let him listen to a couple, and the look on his face is like, that's that. When you get that stink look, you know, yo, it's moving you. And he's like, yo, who's this? I said, this is Joe Budden. So he taps into the Mood Music series, and he's the type of person that once he dives into something, you may have exposed him to it, but he's going to eclipse you, and he's going to be showing you stuff. Yo, did you know this, and this?
He ends up being the Bible.
Absolutely. So he was telling me, yo, Joe, so we just dived into it, and, you know, Joe's whole catalog and everything. When you learn to come to what to expect from an artist, and Joe always hit the mark. You always know what you're going to get from him, whether you like it or not. You know what you're going to get from him. So I'm going to throw Joey in there today, because Joey was a big part. His joints really got me out of some places.
I want to add that I was 17, 18. I was about to start my freshman year at college listening to Joe Budden. And I remember I used to bump Music 3, and then this because Mood Music 4 came out. Mood Music 4, because I used to bump Mood Music 4 going to school. So I was like 19 actually, and you can't even put you in a different place. It was just like, wow. Yeah, I was dropping some of the verses as I'm raising them, as one of his why fit in, why try to fit in when you would stand out. I used to tell him that. I should tell my boys that. Well, you know, why try to fit in when you would stand out? And his his lyrical content and he was on point. So I gotta throw Joey up there. All right. So my top 5 would be Nas. I love to hate this question. Nas.
Brain buster, huh?
It is. When you want a spot, it's a brain buster for sure.
I'm gonna throw Black Thought in there. I'm gonna throw this. No particular order. This is just alright. I'm gonna throw Kane in there, and I'm gonna throw Guru in there from Gangstar. And that's 4. And 5, I'm gonna throw Joe Budden in there too, because just the level of, you know what I mean, like that was just his pen was ridiculous. But that's just for today. They can change.
That's a great thing. That's a great thing about that question,
change.
And the great thing about hip hop itself is that really there's no wrong answers. If I ask everybody in here who's the best rapper, you would get 4 or 5 different answers and be able to justify it. So that's the great thing about it. He's a debater, and I raised him to be.
He's a researcher.
Oh my God, and I raised him to. If you're gonna argue or debate, you gotta know both sides. Don't just be one of them. Yo, no, that's wrong, but you don't know what you're talking about. So, and I told him, you're going to face, when you know something, people will be like, oh, what you think? Like, for instance, ball. I love ball. You know, I don't care. We can talk whatever type of ball you want to talk, whatever level you want to talk. So, people used to say, oh, you might as well be a coach. No, nigga, I just know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to open, and I don't open my mouth if I don't have anything to offer the conversation or in the conversation, then I'm a listener. But if I got 2 cents and you ask me for my 2 cents, I'm going to give you that 2 cents and you might get a nickel behind it. But, you know, and I encourage him that when you go into something, just know what you're talking about. That's all. And he just took that and he just ran with it. You know, he just ran with it. And it's just to touch on a little thing about fatherhood. To me, the greatest satisfaction is I wouldn't care if he never make another dime or he make $10 million. To hear him say that I looked up to you, to hear him say I followed you, I studied you, to hear him say, yo, it's like I can't even put it into words. Like we all parents here, so you know you can't put that into words. So you know I'm just glad he got this platform. This is something that he wanted to do, and because this is where he belongs. He belongs talking. He does belong. This is where he belongs. Yes, this is where he belongs. So I'm happy for him, and I wish him all the success in the world.
Is it onions in here? Shit. Yeah. I need a tissue. Thank you, Pop, man. Thank you for the endless amount of knowledge, bro.
That was my job.
Like, I know I was annoying you.
Nah, no, you wasn't. That was my job. It kept me on my toes when I really realized, yo, this father shit is serious. You know, it's not part-time. It's not, you know. So, y'all kept me on my toes. Teaching y'all whether you took the jewels or not. You know, I can give you 100 jewels. You sort out what you want to take and the rest you could throw away. But if you listen, and y'all was listening, so that was all I could ask for.
It was just nonstop. It was nonstop, like learning and lessons and things that we was passing down, from music to sports to life. Like I don't even want to like mirror like what you've done for me, raising me.
And as a parent, that's the greatest compliment. You know, even though we want your kids to be a step better, to hear them say, "I want to be like you." Like, you know, we don't hear that in our communities enough. So,
not enough, nah.
You know,
not enough. But I that was just something that I don't know. Like I just drowned myself in like everything.
Yeah, he was a
like
sponge.
Yo, there's never enough. Like my thing is this. Like with music. Like we know good verses. Like we love Most Def verse on on Thieves in the Night.
Oh yeah, one of the hottest verses I've ever.
Probably like
he raves it. Oh my god.
Probably arguably for me like one of the best verses.
That was
of
ridiculous.
Time.
Yeah.
But we always go back and forth about that. But it's like musically, bro. Like I literally. Like, you just shoved so much of that. From Dead Prez. I was 15.
Yeah.
So we talking, like, going amongst my peers at that time. Like, I didn't have nothing in common with none of them. So, like, I would go and, I would be at home. And I said this to Chris. He actually recorded this. But... like I would go to school and I would go and we would talk hip hop, lunch table, whatever. And like the people who I was saying like who I thought was dope.
They was listening to something totally different.
They wasn't listening to none of that.
Right.
So when you talking at a time like I'm 31, folks. So we talking at a time like when Snap music was popping. Mm-hmm. So to go and debate with these niggas, it was like, what are y'all talking about?
But you felt prepared though, because I told you know what you talking about. So if somebody gonna say Lil Wayne is better than so and so, you gonna go listen to Lil Wayne album because you can't debate it by just saying no, it ain't. Yeah. You gotta be able to say nah, so and so is trash. It ain't better than so and so. So that's where that preparation comes from.
Yeah. That's why, like, getting into, like, diving into, first and foremost, like, a lot of the artists that I grew up listening to were not mainstream at all. So diving into and getting into the underground was just, like, the alley.
He was,
I don't listen to none of that.
I remember he felt it when he heard Papoose, and he was on Papoose hard, and he'd go to school, and everybody be like, "Man, Pap is this, that, and the third." And he was on Pap heavy.
Let me tell you,
he do his homework.
Let me tell you how real that Papoose shit was. I had a PSP at the time, and remember I had the 32. They had the 32 MB memory card. I had to get like 3 other memory cards so I could fit all my music on there. Like, I forgot, somebody gave me an unlimited card for free. Somebody had one, and they gave me the gigabyte card. I had like 700 songs on there. And out of the 700, like, it was just, I'm talking, I had countless of Papoose unreleased. I had K-Slay mixtapes unreleased. I had Nas. I had everybody. Like, music literally just embodied everything. All my Instagram captions is bars. It's lyrics. I can't, you know, it's stuff that I just feel like, yo, that's just relatable. You know what I'm saying? Like, hip hop just really spoke to me at a young age. Like, from hearing Murder Music the first time. Yeah. Hearing that, the whole album.
Yeah.
So
my tapes used to be missing, man. I'd be like, "Where's my so and so and so?" Yeah. The case is there, but the tape is going. I know where to go look. He got it.
Yeah. When I heard the realest, hearing Ether for the first time. Shit,
wow!
You came home from work.
Yeah. Tell him that story. That's ridiculous.
You came. I'll never forget this shit. He came home from work. I was like 10 years old. He came home from work. And he was like, yo, listen to this song. I remember he was like, yo, ignore the cursing. But we didn't give a fuck. We was listening to that shit anyway. So he put on Ether, and being a child at 10 years old and being able to understand what Nas is saying at that time. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I remember when I first heard it, I was like, wow.
No, wait. No. I had to been about 12, maybe, cause what Stillmatic came out in 01.
Yeah, because I remember I said, "Yo, did you hear Nas's answer to Jay?"
Yeah, I remember that. Super ugly freestyle. Yeah, LimeWire. Yeah,
LimeWire.
LimeWire. If you're hearing this, bring it back.
LimeWire. I had it all, yo. Remember, I used to make blank. I used to make blank CDs, and I remember I used to title them Time Mix Real. I used to title it like, yo, real hip hop, like, yo, this is real music. I used to do all of that, and I would have like a variety of different MCs on there. That's
Did you bust the tapes?
Nah, I never bust a tape. I never did that. But no, matter of fact, I think I did. I think the tape. I think I bust. Pause. I think I bust. Oh man, who tape did I fuck up? I fucked up somebody's tape. You know, I don't even think it was yours.
Yeah.
I think it was a cousin of mine.
That was like a compliment. If you pop your tape from rewinding it so much because the verse was so hard, I
think I did pop it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So
that was like back then. That was like
hip hop was always like in the crib. Shit, to answer your question, I know that shit went like 50 different ways, but no.
Yeah, but that's hip-hop, the type of question that you throw it out there.
Hip hop always been in the house. It's always been in the house. Literally. Nah, yeah,
absolutely.
But it's been in the crib, man. My fault. I was looking at your last night when I went to drop the baby off. I was looking at your CD collection.
Okay.
You still got K-Slay tape. Yeah. CD. You got Capone Noriega first shit.
Yeah.
You got the Big Cap series.
Big Cap series. Yeah. And after a while, it got to the point like, he my son, and I'm talking to him, and he telling me about, because he got such an old soul. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm talking to this is my son I'm talking to, but I'm talking to him like he my man to a degree, without, because he's so knowledgeable and he's so in tune, and he got a trait that, people say, I'm a great listener. And that's when people feel that you're a great listener, they open up because you're listening to them. You know when to interject, and you know when to shut up. You know when a person needs to vent, and you know when they need your feedback. And he's developed that, and like people talk to me and stuff like that, and people tell me stuff I don't really need to know, and I wonder why. But now I see he got that same trait, so I'm like, I guess it's in the genes,
I mean, shout out to all the guests that come up here. I don't know. I just listen. I think stories are important to where we come from.
That's why if you look at when your interviews and you let the guests, you don't have to have the same old questions.
No.
You let them. Who are you?
Yeah.
But basically, that's what you want to know. I want to know who are you? Like, where'd you start, and got you into this, and and then you can get into the what you got going now, and blah blah blah. But sometimes people want to get that off. I want to tell a little bit of my story. So that's what's so great about your platform.
I always felt that way about life, though. I felt like people had different, different background. We all come from different backgrounds, so I always felt like, why not hear where people's backgrounds come from? Right. The same way how I was captivated by just things that you told me about your childhood. The same way how these guys sit up here with me and they talk to me and they tell me their stories. It's like, oh shit,
Right.
Because like I said with one guest, like, we know the music is dope. We know the music is fire. You hear because the music is fire.
Right. What about you? Because there's another side.
There's a whole nother side.
There's a whole nother side.
So yeah, we get into the music, but we also want to know, who you are, and that's what HipHopGems is. I'm looking in the camera and say that, and I will not be switching up this platform for nobody else. If you can't spit, don't bring your fucking ass up here.
And we got this thing that we call drop a gem on HipHopGems. So we got the son and the father. We're gonna start with the son.
My gem. Oh wow. Damn. I don't even know where to start. My gem will probably
Feet dirty, ass dirty.
I'm trying to remember all the things you told me. I don't even know if I would consider this a gem, but more like something that my pops had told me. I don't walk into situations and don't fear anything.
That's a gem.
That was something. That was something that he taught me. Growing up, I've always been shortest in the class. Shortest on the court. Shortest to do whatever. But my father instilled that self-confidence in me that I didn't even feel like niggas was even fucking with me, like in no category. So
whether it's cocky for no reason,
and so whether it been on the court, whether it been coming to this fly shit, whether it been talking about music or just whatever, like I still feel that way, that I just feel like niggas can't fuck with me in certain areas, especially on the court, especially when it comes to doing certain things. I just like I walked into every situation feeling like, nigga, I belong here, like, and I'm here. So always make my presence known and never to fear anyone. So that's my gem.
Mine's is a little bit on a personal level, so I'm gonna go here with it. I want to speak to those out there who know, may be suffering, know somebody who's suffering, friend, family, or whatever, who has suffered from cancer, because I'm a cancer survivor, and I'm 57 years old, and I'm 2 years removed from a bone marrow transplant. So my gem is, for those who think they can't do certain things, if it's not now, when? If it's not you, then who? And let no one tell you what you can't do. Don't limit yourself. That's the only thing I can say. And that goes for all age groups, whether you my age now trying to do something, whether you young and don't know your way or whatever, there's no time limit on it. You know, people we like to put time limits and restrictions on people, but you know, just have in your mind what you want to do and make it happen.
And with that, we cut it out. This was amazing, y'all.
Yeah, it was really dope. I was about to cry like 4 times.
I'm about to say, this is just like us, just go on every day. Like it's nothing. It's just like we do this all the time.